Some things are harder to do in Runescape Mobile than others, but a large portion of content is just as accessible on mobile as on PC. For this video, I've partnered up with Jagex and I'm going to cover a variety of content easily done on Runescape Mobile, so whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. According to my YouTube poll, a ton of you guys already use or plan to use Runescape Mobile. Regardless of if you use Runescape Mobile already or not, if you want to show your support for RuneScape and help it get further when it launches, be sure to pre-register for Runescape Mobile using the link in the description below. Now, it's almost as if RuneScape was designed for mobile, as a lot of the content in-game requires very little actions with the exception of high-level PvM and some quest puzzles or timed events. One of the most obvious things to do in RuneScape Mobile is of course skilling. I mean, who doesn't want to go for Maxscape or some 120s and do it really chill on mobile on the side? Well, here are some skills that are perfect to do on mobile. First of all, thieving. After level 62 thieving and some mini quests, you unlock safe cracking, which pretty much allows you to AFK all the way up to level 99 and beyond. There's no doubt about it that safe cracking is one of the best things to do on RuneScape Mobile, not only because of the high experience rates, but because it's so easy to do on your mobile device. You teleport around, crack some saves, empty your loot bag, and continue. And at the higher levels, you can sit in one spot, tap a few saves, and get those gains to get 99 quickly. Divination is another great example of a skill perfect for mobile, especially since the recent update, because it's now much more AFK, and you don't need to move around as much because the wisps are located closer to the rifts. Some other good examples are pretty much all the gathering skills. So let's say woodcutting, it has overgrown idols at level 81, you have crystal trees, you have the arc with the golden bamboo, all of which are very AFK. We also have fishing, which if you have the full shark outfit, you can pretty much AFK anywhere because you eat the fish that you collect, removing the need to bank. Otherwise, banking every time you have a full inventory still isn't that bad, and you can easily fish on mobile. Archaeology, being RuneScape's newest skill, is very mobile friendly, and given that you have enough Sign of the Porters to bank the materials, you can pretty much AFK indefinitely. And since it is one of the slower skills, it's definitely a good idea to do this one on mobile. And two other things worth noting before I move on to the next section are, of course, protein items and skilling dummies. You guys could have seen this one coming. I mean, protein items and skilling dummies are just excellent for mobile. They're AFK, they're good XP, they're everything what you want them to be. Now, bossing is something you might not have expected to see in this video. That being said, there are definitely bosses you can just as easily do on mobile as on PC. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you some great examples that you can do on RuneScape Mobile, given that you have the required items to AFK. Raphis is the newest boss in the game, or one of the new 3 bosses that were added with the Rex Matriarchs update. And it can be AFK'd, and you can do it just as easily on mobile as on PC, and all you need to do is click your overload and your anti-poison +++ potion every now and then, and you're good to go. Another good example are Dagonoffs, which you can do with just 3 weapons. You just switch them every now and then, and given that your action bars are bound to a certain weapon style, you don't really need to do much other than clicking your weapon and clicking on the Dagonoff King every time they spawn. And because of the Rex Matriarchs update, given that you bring along the right items like notepaper, sprinkling, all that kind of stuff, you can make some good money from the Dagonoff Kings currently because they're really profitable thanks to the Rex Matriarchs update that made the rings shoot up in price. Now, believe it or not, I recently started doing the Magister because I'm working my way up to a Kopesh, and with my gear setup and my little strange action bar, I was actually able to semi-AFK the Magister. The only real thing I need to do, and I don't even really need to do it if I want to eat food, is move out of the way of that bomb attack he has, and then that's it. I can just keep using Revolution and take down the Magister. Now, that being said, he's not a real boss, he's more of a Slayer boss. I was honestly surprised that you could even semi-AFK or almost fully AFK the Magister. Probably with some optimization, I could fully AFK the Magister on my mobile device, which in my opinion is pretty cool because it's good money. That's for sure. And of course, another good example, I won't be able to name all of them by the way, but another good example for a boss you can do on mobile are Krill and Kriara, aka Zamorak and Armadillo, Gorgeous Dungeon 1 bosses, something the average Joe could fairly easily AFK, especially when we're talking about Zamorak. All you really need is tier 70 armor, tier 80 plus weapon, a Vampire Zamora, and you're pretty much good to go. Honestly, it's ideal if you want to farm a pet or a log for the title when you're away from your PC. Following that up, I think Slayer is something you can do at any level on mobile quite easily. Now, at the higher levels, if you have an aggression potion and you're able to AFK, it's super easy. And there's almost no reason not to do it on mobile on the go, unless you of course don't want to play. The reason it's so simple and casual is because 75% of the Slayer tasks can be AFK'd. Corrupted creatures are the one I'm showing in this video because they are widely known as one of the best AFK moneymakers. That being said, they're actually quite crowded, so something like Capsarius in your personal owned Slayer dungeon, which does require 99 Slayer, might be a better option. And what's nice about Capsarius on mobile is that your loot radius with area loot is bigger or larger than on PC. This means you can easily loot Capsarius by just dropping something on the floor, tapping on it, and then looting the keys and just keep on continuing AFKing. Capsarius are also really good money. They can be anywhere from like 7 to 10 million GP per hour. That's AFK, all you need to do is pick up the keys. Excellent for mobile. Something else maybe not so obvious to do on mobile are minigames, D&Ds, and other dailies. Some examples are Divine Locations, Ports, Sinkholes, perhaps Warbands. I can't really recommend doing it on mobile because if you are going to get attacked, it's going to be a little bit harder to get away on mobile than on PC for sure, but if you just can't catch warbands because you're about to go to work or on the bus, it might be something you can try and do on the bus when on the fly, or when you're not at your PC. It's easier to whip out your phone and start playing than getting to your PC and playing, especially if you're on the move. As for minigames, I think Cabbage Face Punch is a really good example of something you can do on mobile quite easily because you only really need to tap on some spots, run around to the other side and avoid the gorillas and traps. From this minigame you gain points which can be used for a variety of rewards, but the main thing you want to get are these Slayer VIP tickets which can be used to choose between two different tasks when getting a task from a Slayer Master. In my opinion, Slayer VIP tickets are essential beyond level 70 Slayer. Gathixian caches are also worth a mention as it's really easy to just beat a crest, tap on the automatons, get your 100 points and get out of there to get that juicy divination experience. Agility pillars are another great example of a really easy thing to do on RuneScape Mobile. All you really need to do is tap on the pillars and then change your poses accordingly to gain extra agility experience and get your daily done as fast as possible. Doing your daily Visrax runs at level 50 runecrafting at the Runecrafting Guild can also net you a nice little bit of profit, and it's really easy to just hop onto mobile and get it done. It's also really nice if you end up forgetting to do your daily Visrax run and you don't need to restart your PC, launch RuneScape and all that kind of stuff. You just grab your phone, load up RuneScape, get it done with without having to go to your PC. You can do it wherever and whenever you want. The same can be said for flipping or merching. You can easily log in on mobile, do some flips, put in some orders, and then log off again and check back later. And that should give you a really good rundown of a lot of things you can do on RuneScape Mobile just as easily as you can on PC. Finally, I'd like to refer to the link in the description below once more, as you can pre-register for the full release of RuneScape Mobile even if you've been playing already on the open beta. By doing this, you and other pre-registered players will receive unique cosmetics including a hairstyle, teleportation animation override, cosmetic weapon and armor set, a unique pet, and a 7-day 50% experience boost. These reward levels depend on how many people actually pre-register, by the way. And if I'm being entirely honest, I am really excited for the full release of RuneScape Mobile because I'm curious what it's going to do to the player base. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.